This is the Quotations of Chairman Mao Tse-Tung, also known as the Little Red Book. Chapter 16, Education and the Training of Troops. Our educational policy must enable everyone who receives an education to develop morally, intellectually, and physically, and become a worker with both socialist consciousness and culture. Quotations from On the Correct Handling of Contradictions Among the People, February 27, 1957. First Pocket Edition, page 44. As for education for cadres, whether at work or in schools for cadres, a policy should be established of focusing such education on the study of the practical problems of the Chinese Revolution and using the basic principles of Marxist-Leninism as the guide, and the method of studying Marxism-Leninism statistically and in isolation should be discarded. Quotation from Reform Our Study, May 1941, Selected Works, Volume 3, page 24. For a military school, the most important question is the selection of a director and instructors, and the adoption of an educational policy. Quotation from Problems of Strategy in China's Revolutionary War, December 1936, Selected Works, Volume 1, page 185. A school of 100 people certainly cannot be run well if it does not have a leading group of several people, or a dozen or more, which is formed in accordance with the actual circumstances at hand, and not thrown together artificially, and is composed of the most active, upright, and alert of the teachers, the other staff, and the students. Quotation from Some Questions Concerning Methods of Leadership, June 1st, 1943, Selected Works, Volume 3, pp. 118-19. All officers and fighters of our army must improve their military art, march forward courageously towards certain victory in the war, and resolutely, thoroughly, wholly, and completely wipe out all enemies. Quotation from The Manifesto of the Chinese People's Liberation Army, October 1947, Selected Military Writings, 2nd edition, page 340. Equal importance should be attached to the military and political aspects of the one-year consolidation and training program which has just begun, and the two aspects should be integrated. At the start, stress should be placed on the political aspect, on improving relations between officers and men, enhancing internal unity, and arousing a high level of enthusiasm among the masses of cadres and fighters. Only thus shall the Army's consolidation and training proceed smoothly and attain better results. Quotation from The Task for 1945, circa December 15th, 1944. As for the method of training, we should unfold the mass training movement in which officers teach soldiers, soldiers teach officers, and the soldiers teach one another. Quotation from Policy for Work in the Liberated Areas for 1946, December 15th, 1945, Selected Works, Volume 4, page 76. Our slogan in training troops is Officers teach soldiers, soldiers teach officers, and soldiers teach each other. The fighters have a lot of practical combat experience. The officers should learn from the fighters, and when they have made other people's experience their own, they will become more capable in turn. Quotation from A Talk to the Editorial Staff of the Shaanxi Suiyan Daily, April 2nd, 1948, Selected Works, Volume 4, page 243. As for the training courses, the main objective should still be to raise the level of technique in marksmanship, bayoneting, grenade throwing, and the like, and the secondary objective should be to raise the level of tactics, while special emphasis should be laid on night operations. Quotation from Policy for Work in the Liberated Areas for 1945. December 15th, 1945. Selected Works, Volume 4, page 76. This concludes Chapter 16. Chapter 17, Serving the People, will begin in the following video of this series. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful evening.